This video's got everything. Traveling, interviews with football shirt collectors, and football shirt hunting in 4 countries. Enjoy this video. What's up guys? I'm at Düsseldorf airport. I'm going to fly to Vienna. This video, I don't really have a plan, but I'm probably gonna visit 4 countries. We're gonna hunt for football shirts. So what are we gonna do? I'm gonna fly to Vienna first. I'll see you there and I'll explain what we're gonna do there. Well guys, we made it to Vienna. Today I explored the city and it's absolutely beautiful. The next day was all about exploring until I found this football shirt store. Sind das originale Trikots, oder? Okay. Und wie teuer sind die? Mehr oder weniger?
Also die starten ab 130.
Alles hier.
Ja, ja.
Auch das Trikot von den USA zum Beispiel?
Kostet 150.
150?
Ja, ja.
Aber gibt's eine Nummer und Name hinten oder nicht?
Nein, die sind.
Okay.
Die meisten hier waren Mr. Royce mit Name.
Ja.
Zuba ist mit Name.
Ja, Modric.
Und alle anderen sind
Arnautovic.
Hier sind.
Aber das ist zum Beispiel kein Originalflog, ne? Das.
Oh ja, das ist der bessere Vlog dann den hier. Hast du selbst ein Geschäft? Oder?
Ja, habe ich. In den Niederlanden. Ich verkaufe aber online eigentlich. The next day I had the spontaneous idea to go to Czech Republic for the first time in my life, just for one day. I went to the second biggest city in Czech Republic called Brno. It was a very nice city with some cool architecture, and after having explored the city, I tried to find some football shirts. So I went to a mall and all I found were some Manchester City shirts you can see over here. I asked some locals where I could possibly find more football shirts, but they had no clue. Since I was staying in Vienna for a few more days, the next day I decided to go to Slovakia for the first time in my life as well. I went to the capital called Bratislava just for one day, because why not? When walking in the city center, I found this store that was selling some shirts of the national team of Slovakia. Quite nice to be honest. But then again, this shop didn't have too many football shirts for sale. So what did I do? I went to the Slovan Bratislava fan store that was located next to the stadium. The Slovan Bratislava shirts were definitely nice, but they were a bit too expensive in my opinion, especially because I didn't really know the players on the back. And of course, as a collector, it's nice to have shirts from teams you don't really follow. For the rest, the fan store was really nice. I didn't expect the shirts to be so expensive over here. 104 or 105 euros for a Slovan Bratislava shirt is way too expensive for me. The shirts were nice. I'm gonna try to see if we can have a look at the stadium. Maybe you can look through the fences. And on Monday, my last day in Vienna, and on Sunday I didn't record anything actually because I wanted to meet some friends. I went to visit an Austrian football shirt collector who lived close to Vienna, so I had to take the train to get there. I'm gonna interview this football shirt collector about his collection in German, but don't worry, I'll put subtitles in English. And over here, I'm giving you an impression of his shirts. Now let's see what he has to say about his collection. Kannst du dich kurz mal vorstellen?
Hallo, mein Name ist Franz, ich bin 24 Jahre alt, lebe in Österreich, in der Nähe von Wien und ich sammle seit ein paar 4 Jahren circa meine Trikots.
Wie hast du mit deiner Sammlung angefangen?
Ich habe immer schon gerne die Trikots gekauft und auch geschenkt bekommen oft und irgendwann habe ich dann gesehen, die alten Trikots von Barcelona, von Spanien, von Rapid, die mir sehr gefallen haben und dann habe ich mal meine ersten 3 gekauft und es hat irgendwie nie aufgehört danach.
Also, wer ist dein Lieblingsspieler und hast du ein Lieblingstrikot von ihm?
Also mein Lieblingsspieler ist der Messi, wenig überraschenderweise. Und das Lieblingstrikot, was ich habe, ist das Argentinien-Trikot von 2020-21 mit Messi hinten drauf. Einfach weil es ein sehr schönes Muster hat, die Farben schön sind und weil es wirklich ein Trikot ist, was man nicht oft findet.
Was war dein erstes Trikot und kannst du es zeigen?
Meine ersten Trikots, wo ich angefangen habe zu sammeln, ist das Barcelona-Trikot aus den 1980ern, wo es einfach noch ein altes Wappen drauf ist, da der Trikot noch vom Maber gemacht wurde und es ist einfach sehr schlicht und hat die schönen Barcelona-Farben.
Wirklich ein Sammlerstück. Jetzt möchte ich gerne wissen, was dein letztes Trikot ist, das du gekauft hast.
Mein letztes Trikot, was ich gekauft habe, ist was ganz Besonderes. Das ist noch nicht mal eine Woche da. Das ist ein Napoli-Trikot von der legendären Nummer 10 Maradona. Und hier schön das Logo noch auf der Seite und mit dem Meistertitel von Italien auch noch drauf.
Welche Mannschaft unterstützt du und könntest du 5 Trikots zeigen, die deine Kollektion am besten präsentieren?
Also ich bin ein riesengroßer Barcelona-Fan und habe dementsprechend auch am meisten Trikots von ihnen. Und 5 ganz besondere sind zum Beispiel dieses alte Kappa-Trikot, einfach weil Kappa bei Barcelona ganz besondere Trikots gemacht hat und der Spieler hinten drauf mit Ronaldo ist auch was ganz Besonderes. Das Jubiläumstrikot von Barcelona mit hinten drauf Messi und der Nummer 19. Das ist auch was ganz Besonderes. Dadurch, dass er Ewigkeiten die 10 gehabt hat, wissen viele gar nicht, dass er die 19 und die 30 gehabt hat. Ein Barcelona-Trikot mit Neymar hinten, weil ich finde, dass er trotzdem Barcelona sehr geprägt hat und immer ein unglaublicher Spieler war, der immer gut gespielt hat bei Barcelona. Dann haben wir noch ein ganz altes Barcelona-Trikot, langärmelig. Das ist mit dem blau-roten Streifen darunter einfach wirklich ein wunderschönes Trikot und was einzigartig macht. Und dann noch ein klassisches gelb-rotes Trikot, wo man wirklich alles in der Einfachheit sehr besonders und sehr schön ausschaut.
Ich möchte gerne wissen, ob du auch unterschriebene Trikots hast.
Ich habe auch unterschriebene, aber nicht zu viele. Aber ein ganz besonderes zum Beispiel ist, dass wir hier gleich an der Wand hängt, ist das Messi-Trikot. Das ist das letzte Trikot, wo er noch in Barcelona gespielt hat. Und das als unterschriebene Version da an der Wand zu hängen haben, ist was ganz Besonderes.
Und hast du vielleicht noch ein anderes, spezielles unterschriebenes Trikot?
Ja, ich habe noch ein zweites, was ganz besonders ist da hinten ein Brasilien-Trikot von Pelé, was man hier an der Wand sieht. Pelé auch ein ganz besonderer Spieler, auf den viele wirklich zurückblicken als einen der besten Spieler, die es jemals gegeben hat. Und das hier zu hängen haben, ist auch sehr besonders.
Also du bist ein Sammler aus Österreich. Kannst du uns vielleicht 2 österreichische Trikots zeigen?
Gerne. Ich habe eins von Rapid Wien. Das ist mein Lieblingsverein in Österreich. Wie man hier sieht, grün-weiß sind die Farben. Schön das Logo präsent. Hinten mit der Nummer 10 drauf. War die Nummer der Didi Kübauer, auch mit der Unterschrift sieht man noch leicht. Ein Casino Salzburg Trikot, mittlerweile bekannt unter Red Bull Salzburg. Hier schön violett-weiß, Farben haben sich alle geändert. Ist auch ein Match vorbereitetes Trikot von Casino Salzburg und ist auch ein wirklich schönes Adidas Trikot.
Also meine letzte Frage ist, ich weiß, du bist Messi-Fan, aber hast du vielleicht auch ein Ronaldo-Trikot?
Hin und wieder finden sich auch Ronaldo-Trikots bei mir und das ist ein ganz besonderes von Manchester United mit dem vollen Patch noch. Da hinten drauf mit der Nummer 7, Ronaldo. Und es ist ein sehr schlichtes, aber ein wirklich schönes Trikot, wie ich finde.
After this interview, I headed straight to the airport in order to take my flight to Rome. We made it to Rome. Tomorrow I'm gonna do the touristy stuff, you know, things I really want to see and everything, but also I want to look in on the football shirts because I didn't find any in Austria, in Slovakia and in Czech Republic, so it was a bit sad, but believe me, here in Rome we're gonna find some beauties. So the next day I went to the mall and I found this AS Roma fan store. There's some pretty cool shirts here, and I like the Roma 25-26 third kit, the white shirt in particular. Then there was this other sports shop in the mall where they had loads of Italian teams. So I just tried to check out basically every team. Gotta say that I also like the Lazio home shirt with the nice patterns in the shirt. Then I went to another sports store and I found this Manchester City shirt that everyone is talking about. Honestly, I understand the hype. Close to where I was staying in the city center, I found out they had this Juventus fan store, which kind of surprised me, but I decided to go inside. And I gotta say, the Juventus home shirt of this season is looking very good with the pink details. Then I found this store called Calcio Italia, where they were selling all types of football shirts. So of course I had to go inside.
Avete veramente di tutto, eh? Wow.
Trovi quello che ti manca allora.
Vorrei trovare una maglia storica di una squadra italiana. Sì.
Okay. So as you could hear, I wanted to try to find a nice vintage shirt of an Italian team. And they basically had the half of their shop dedicated to Italian teams, which doesn't surprise me. And guys, I gotta say, if your budget is a bit higher and you want to find a nice vintage shirt, this is definitely a good place because I saw some gems over here for real. At some point I found this Milan shirt, brand new with tags, and this is a shirt I've been looking for quite some time. Unfortunately, it was a kid size, so I decided not to buy it. But yeah, they also had plenty of other Milan shirts, but not exactly what I was looking for. Then we got this nice vintage Juventus shirt with Del Piero on the back, probably one of the most iconic Juventus player. But yeah, it was a bit too expensive for me. This already the second interview, but I found someone who's really passionate about football shirts. Okay guys, right now I'm at Gold Soccer Teams in Rome, a beautiful football shirt store. I'm gonna ask him some questions in Italian. I'll put subtitles in English so you know what he says. Ciao, potresti presentarti brevemente?
Ciao, sono Elia di Gold Soccer Teams o Gold Roma su internet.
Da quando hai cominciato a collezionare delle maglie da calcio?
Essendo nato in questo negozio, perché è un negozio di famiglia, io fin da bambino sempre collezionavo maglie. Ogni settimana cambiavo squadra perché come tutti i bambini, quando poi un giorno mia madre mi ha detto no, da oggi devi pagarle le maglie. Da quel giorno in poi ho detto ok, allora scelgo solo la Roma, è sempre solo Roma.
Qual è la tua squadra preferita?
La mia squadra preferita è la Roma. Sono nato qui, perciò ho dovuto scegliere. Ci sono poche scelte, o Roma o Lazio. Sempre tutti amici della Roma, ho scelto la Roma. Poi sono nato che c'era Francesco Totti al suo prime.
È Totti anche il tuo calciatore preferito?
Essendo della Roma, io penso tutti i romanisti scelgono Totti. Però un altro giocatore che veramente mi ha fatto impazzire è questo qui.
C'è una maglia che stai cercando da molto tempo ma non ancora hai trovata?
Della Roma, la maglia Barilla della Roma, quella blu scura, Adidas. Quella è un pezzo bellissimo. E un altro pezzo che sto cercando e che ancora non ho avuto la fortuna, quella di Ronaldinho, però nel Paris Saint-Germain, quella silver.
Il numero 21?
Numero 21, sì.
Iconica. Quindi se non fossi della Roma, quale sarebbe la tua squadra preferita?
Che domanda, non è difficile. Con Roma.
Okay. Mi piace la maglia.
Ti piace?
Sì, tantissimo, tantissimo. Numero 10, come Maradona. È grande. E cosa ne pensi delle persone che comprano delle maglie false?
Allora, è un discorso un pochino delicato. Io penso che è meglio comprare una maglia magari non in ottime condizioni, magari anche in seconda mano, ma originale, autentica, che una maglia che è totalmente falsa. Prima cosa distrugge l'idea del vintage, del collezionismo, e poi non ha un valore, perché una volta che la lavi 2 o 3 volte si sgretolano le maglie. Tu cosa ne pensi?
Sono d'accordo con te, soprattutto per la collezione. La mia idea è sempre stata avere una collezione solo con delle maglie originali, perché se no non fa senso per me. Puoi comprare delle maglie false su internet in Cina, le porti magari in palestra, ma per la collezione no.
Sì, magari
Mai.
per giocarci va bene, perché
Sì.
magari uno... Però quando è collezionismo è tutta un'altra cosa.
Perché le persone che vengono a Roma devono venire al tuo negozio?
Prima di tutto perché cerchiamo di essere simpatici e cordiali con tutti. Quando si entra in queste tipologie di negozio si respira un'altra aria, diversa da quelle che potrebbero essere i monobrand. E siete tutti benvenuti anche per fare una chiacchiera e parlare di calcio.
Ok, in ogni caso, grazie mille.
Grazie a
È
te.
stato un piacere conoscerti.
Grazie a te.
After having spent 1 week in Rome, it was time to go back to the Netherlands. Well, guys, I'm back in the Netherlands, and I gotta say that the trip was amazing. And besides football shirt hunting, I really enjoyed traveling. But let's get down to business, because you guys probably want to know what shirt I bought. I gotta say that it was pretty hard to find good football shirts in Austria, Czech Republic, and Slovakia. But I gotta say that my trip to Rome saved this video. So I did find a very cool shirt in Rome. Initially, I wanted to buy a vintage shirt just like last year in Naples. But to be honest, I didn't find a vintage shirt I liked. So instead, I went for a very modern shirt that's got some vintage influences. I bought the AS Roma 25-26 third shirt in authentic version. I bought it in authentic version because I think the logos look way better. You know, on this player version, they're heat pressed onto the shirt, and on the fans version, they're embroidered. And most of the times I don't really care about this, but I think with this shirt, it looks way better. I think this is a very special shirt because it's got nice green details in it. And when I say AS Roma, the color green is not the first color we think of, but I think this green color goes really well together with the all-white design. And of course, the finishing touch are these yellow details that are a bit more subtle. I really like the fact that they used this old school Adidas logo. I think this logo in combination with this color really creates this old school effect. If we zoom in a bit, you can see this very nice stylish pattern all over the shirt. I think Adidas wanted to make a statement by adding these details because this is not your average white shirt without any details. This is a really stylish shirt without it being too much, you know? And I think also one of the reasons why this shirt is so clean is that there is no sponsor on the front. So it looks kind of empty, but the stylish pattern definitely makes up for that. So we do not need a sponsor at all. I think AS Roma will be playing with a sponsor on the front, but I'll definitely not print a sponsor on this shirt. On the right sleeve, we got this Serie A patch. I thought was a nice addition to the shirt. And look at these incredible sleeve cuffs, matching perfectly with the color over here. Now, of course, you want to know if I got the player on the back or not. Guys, as you know, there's one player at AS Roma I really like, and I even met him twice in person. I got several signed shirts of him, of course. Dybala, number 21. Honestly, there was no other option for me. I just had to get Dybala because I think this is gonna be his last season at AS Roma and maybe also in Europe. Look at this beautiful green name set. And in the number 21, we got these amazing details we got on the front of the shirt as well. Actually all over the shirt. It's just an incredible pattern if we hold the shirt a bit in the light. You can see that Adidas really put effort into creating this name set. At the bottom of the shirt, we do have this sponsor, but it doesn't really bother me. I really feel like this shirt is gonna be rare in the future, especially the authentic version. And this is also something you can see with Barcelona shirts, for example. So many people are looking for the authentic versions of the shirt, especially with, for example, Lamine on the back. And of course, I'm not gonna cut the tags off. I'm not even gonna wear this shirt, guys. By the way, I bought this shirt in a size large. Usually I'm somewhere in between a medium and a large. It really depends. Nice golden Adidas tag at the bottom of the shirt. And let's just appreciate this beautiful AS Roma team crest. I think Adidas did a great job on integrating this ASR in a very styleful and original way. I gotta say that when I first saw this shirt, it didn't really catch my eye, but it really grew on me. I saw some people in the streets walking with this shirt, and at some point I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy this beauty and I'm gonna keep it in my collection. So in the end, I gotta say that Italy is a great place to buy football shirts. Honestly, I didn't find any store in Czech Republic, in Brno. When I went to Slovakia, I did find the Slovakia and Bratislava fan store, but in my opinion, the shirts were way too expensive over there. So this was football shirt hunting in 4 countries, definitely harder than I thought. If you're still watching at this moment, it means that you really like this video. So I want to thank you for your support. I'll be back soon with another video, so I hope to see you next time.